You don't need to be strong to climb hard. So should I disregard all forms of strength training then because it does not matter? Well, no. But you just said I don't need to be strong to climb hard, and strength training is the way to become strong. So I should stop it because it's unnecessary for my goal of climbing hard, right? You just need to be technical and use your body better. So what's the technique I need to have in order to climb V10 even though I'm only currently climbing V3? What is that technique? And how do I get that technique without getting any stronger because strength is unnecessary? Tell me the technique I am missing in order to fill that insurmountable gap of 7-fold V-grace without putting on an ounce of additional strength. I beseecheth you, help me. Well, you kind of need some strength. But you just said I would need to be strong to climb hard, and I am not strong. I can barely do 5 pull-ups, can barely hang off of 20 mil with my own body weight for 5 seconds. And I weigh 175 pounds if that matters at all. Bear in mind, I must remind you that you said I don't need to be strong to climb hard. Strength is irrelevant in the sport of climbing, apparently. Kind of like chess. I love chess, by the way. So I guess the real question here is how strong is not strong? I feel like we can all pretty universally agree that you can hang off 20 millimeters for 5 seconds with one hand, then you're pretty strong, as well as being able to do a one-arm pull-up. Pretty strong. And if those metrics are considered strong, then what is considered not strong? Is not strong 15 pull-ups in a row with a hanging of 160% body weight off of 20 mil? Is not strong 5 pull-ups and hanging off 20 mil for 5 seconds? Nobody knows, but for some other reason, everybody knows that you don't need to be strong to climb hard. And I'm sick of it. In a physical activity such as climbing, one would think that physicality is important. No? Does it not make sense to you? Oh, you're a sprinter? Well, you don't need legs to sprint. Oh, you're an endurance athlete? Well, the heartbeat is tis but a suggestion. Oh, you climb rocks and you hold on to really tiny ledges? Well, you don't need strong fingers. I would like to say that for some odd reason, and I can't put a finger on it, but when my finger strength shot up and my pulling strength shot up, for some odd reason, my climbing grade also shot up. Might have just been a coinkadink, who knows? You know, I for sure thought that if I gotten weaker, that my climbing grade would have shot up, but no, that wasn't the case for some odd reason. Again, can't put a finger on it. Look at this guy. 1-arm pull-up, 3-finger drag lock off. He is too damn strong to climb anything harder than V3. Why do we keep pushing this initiative of you don't need to be strong? Why is being strong looked at as a party trick? Why does everyone insist that they are weak? Starting to feel like people rather fall off a climb using great technique than to accomplish the climb using just brute power. I think the most important skill, technique, or whatever you want to call it when it comes to climbing is but the ability to enhance your technical and physical prowess, regardless of where they currently are on the spectrum. And it just so often happens to be that most people become better climbers by becoming stronger. It's a very common story that you hear when someone says, well, I remember when I tried this a year ago and now I could do it today. The beta remained the same. Only difference was I'm stronger now. There is no technique that can compensate for a lack of power. Bird in Dreams, one of the most recognizable and a pretty straightforward boulder problem. What technique can help a V3 climber do this? Just use your feet. Well, before you can use your feet, you actually have to do this thing called be able to hold on. And if you don't understand what I mean, instead of using all 5 fingers to climb like you normally would, just use 1 finger and see how much technique you can apply to using just the 1 finger's worth of grip strength. You quickly realize that in order to apply technique using your feet, you first need to have the strength of your hands already there. The world's weakest climber is not the best climber, obviously. The best climber is not the world's strongest climber, but strong climbers are better than weaker climbers, generally speaking. Because you cannot look at me and say that you were a better climber when you were weaker versus when you are now who you are stronger. You don't particularly need to be strong to climb. But if you climb hard, you are strong. Maybe not as strong as another climber who did the exact same climb as you, but you are still strong. And whatever strong means in the world of climbing, that's what you have. It just sometimes may not manifest itself upon the hangboard or the pulling up bar, but it will manifest itself where it matters on the wall. You are not a weak climber. Maybe you're just a weak hangboarder, weak pull-upper, but you are not a weak climber if you climb hard. And I didn't want to come off as complaining too much about this particular subject, but this particular subject has been on my mind since day one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, partner.